There it is. Now we're live. Yep, I see it. Everything good there. Everything good there. It'll be a little difficult for me to watch Discord right off the bat, but here we go.
I like swiping, I like blinging, I like shining, I like $1 billion kills. Where's the X? Bitch, I'm flying. I like those big fat Minakawas, the ones that look like blocks. I like going to my builders, fill their hangars with square rocks. I like contracts with my contacts when they want to give me stuff. I like rolling on my cores, pimping stats and max and buffs. They call me Queen Kawali, banging body, spicy mommy, hot tamale, hotter than New Caldaria, micro warper, start to hop up the blue, jump in the food, neon gas car, slapped on the hood, popping off missiles as far as I can, intense max and avoiding the scan, X-types from space daddy, yo, snuggly just like Mario, yeah, call me Kawaii, yo, I run this ship with Taylor, though, damn, that was district in the net. Skills high, you know I'm getting hot, drop, lock and range. Oh, who's our Santa? What's his name?
Ladies and gentlemen, Echoes of New Eden. I am Taylor Rick, as always, one of your hosts, co-host. This is Rambo's show. Let's just be honest, from now and forever, no matter what happens, it's always Rambo's show. I'm just here filling in. Rambo won't be here tonight. He told me to talk slow, so I will talk very slow tonight for tonight's episode. It's going to be a little different. We're going to mix it up a little bit. I am going to do some of the game news, some of the things that's happened in the last week or so. Because, it's been another week already. Here we are. It feels like I just did this yesterday. Love it, though. Glad everybody's here. And we'll do kind of a wild, crazy feedback, whatever kind of night. I kind of open it up a little bit. I'm not going to, unmute everybody and let everybody all talk at the same time over one another. That's like the CSM server, and nothing ever gets done. But it'll be a little more controlled than that. But still, I'll give everybody a shot. Give your feedback. Let us hear what you think about everything going on in the game. North, south, east, west. Doesn't matter what part of what coalition or alliance you're affiliated with. Open platform. We're going to have a good time with it. Who knows how long it will take. All right, with that, I'll go pull up the dev Q&A right away. And give me 1 second as I... Boom, there it is. There is the Q&A. 523, 529, the week that was. This is an interesting one. They actually, in the very first question, they put out... Is that Spanish? Que debes hacer más tutoriales para los... I don't know. Objetivos nuevos. Then they put a translation with it underneath. I think that's kind of cool, honestly. Like, they should put these out with some more Spanish, English. I think that's cool. I think that's great. Let's be inclusive. So he says, what should you do more tutorials for new items? Yeah, as in new tutorials. That's what the question was about. Mike comes back. I don't know if I've ever seen Nettie's mic, but okay. Mike comes back and says, hi there. New items are generally related to some new gameplays or events. If the new items are causing any confusion, checking out the rules and instructions on the gameplay or event page might help. Mike, your advice sucks. That's the worst. Guy's actually asking for new tutorials on how to use some of the new stuff. And you, whatever. You gave him dick all for an answer. Am I wrong on that, guys? Am I wrong? I don't know. Anyway, next one. Greetings and salutations. When operating an Orca using a mining foreman module, a combat aggression timer is activated. I understand the reasoning for this with other command modules. However, I am curious about the logic behind this on the mining one. When I fill the holds on my ship and try to dock up, I must wait for this timer to run out before the station will allow it. Obviously, this cannot be a lore justification or balance or a combat issue. Please explain this. Thank you. That's a great question. Why does a mining foreman boost give you a combat aggression timer? Like, what? I don't understand what the two have to do with one another, but okay, whatever. I can see it being their only way, though, to say, hey, if you're going to use this, there has to be some sort of risk reward kind of thing with it. I think it should just be a cooldown before you can warp. Make it that way instead of a combat timer, but whatever. Maybe they can't do that. I don't know. Mike comes back and says, thank you for bringing this to our attention. We believe that this might be a bug, and we will fix it as soon as possible. Holy shit. Again, Mike, dude, how long you been there? How long has Mike been around? The mining foreman module has caused this since it was released. Like, how long has the mining foreman been around? Someone tell me that real quick. How long has the mining foreman module been in the game? Probably a really long time. Probably a really long time. A year now? Has the mining foreman module been in for a year? I don't know. Anyway, that's interesting that that's the first time they've ever looked at that and said, oh, that's probably a bug. Anywho, our first two were just real winners this week, weren't they? Next one. Please can you add CyberX NC into the exchange mod? When the event go out, I made a huge mistake and I want to change it into a different one. Thanks, BR. Exclamation point. Mike comes back and says, thanks for getting in touch with us. We're working on adding more series of core exchange in the game. Rest assured, and we'll keep you posted on any updates. Appreciate your patience and understanding. Exclamation point. Thanks, Mike. Mike, can you just open up all the nanocores to be exchanged in the Concord shop at any time? Hey, better yet, why don't you just make them tradable with one another? Yeah, this really looks like Chad GPT came into play here. Apparently it's not intended, Kiza. I don't get it. So, all right, last one. Greetings. I can't wait to put, and salutations. I can't wait to put my hands on my mining ship, unlocking their AI capabilities. This guy wants an AI miner. I want a golden core for a Cov 2 or Work Wool. Sure, I want all the bonuses I can freaking get. An AI miner? Holy cow. Is there any plans or improvement in their development in the future? Thank you for your response. Kudos to your developer team of Eve Echoes. My lord, where did these questions come from? It was a chunk. It was a drunken AI bot that did these. Anyway, Mike comes back again. Mike's my new favorite dev, by the way. Mike, if you're listening, shitty job. Hi there. We are pleased to receive such a suggestion, as is exactly what our team is currently working on. We are considering how to add this feature in a suitable and convenient way. Please stay tuned. Let's just all mine on an AI mining bot in like a high sec, and just, good lord, there goes the prices of everything, period, ever. Like, everything's only worth +2 of a button push at this point. Mike, my God, man. That's the worst thing I have ever heard out of a developer's mouth. They're going to make an AI mining core for Covetor 2s and Orcas. And that's just disgusting is what that is. All right, if you see me tapping on the side, sorry, I got an outpost to fuel. Okay. I think I'm done with the dev Q&A shit. And I did go and look at the Chinese server, because typically what happens right before it, let me go turn this off real fast. This, boom, boom. There we are. Now everybody can see everybody on the Discord. Cool. Usually what happens before we get a major release, and we all know we've got a major release coming, right? I think Rambo's kind of taken 2 weeks off on purpose so that he didn't have to like fill the dead air like I am with a whole bunch of nothing huge, because we've got the big stuff coming next week, which is, of course, super carriers. So where was I going with that? God damn it. I totally lost my train of thought. Anyway. Yeah, anyway, Daraz, exactly. Boop, bop, beer, boop. Totally lost my train of thought. Someone help me out. What was I saying? Oh, I know. I was hitting this button over here. Gotcha. That part's done. Anyway, we're going to just move on. Oh, no, the Q&A thing on the Chinese side. We always get a little bit of a leak before a big update happens. You know, we got it when the new cruisers were coming out. We got it when the new Navy issue, fleet issue battleships were coming out. We got some leaks on the super carriers way back when as well. And usually about 4 or 5 days, like it's a Friday typically, or maybe sometimes a Saturday before a major release, we hear about it on the Chinese server, and we get glimpses of more in-depth details. Now, as it happened with the super carriers, we've already gotten quite a bit of in-depth stuff from them. So it's kind of a surprise, but it's kind of not a surprise that we haven't seen any more stuff leaked from the Chinese server over the weekend. I was kind of hoping to see, remember when carriers first came, and capitals and dreads, all that first came out, and we got like this nice graphic breakdown of all their parts, and it had counts on it, so we could actually kind of back figure what it would take to build one of these things. I was really hoping we would see something like that over the weekend on the Chinese server, so we can get some sort of a glimpse or an idea as to what the hell it was going to take to build these things, because speculation's all over the place. Button presses all the way up to 100 billion. I mean, if they're way high like that, then good lord, it's going to be a long time before someone sees one. Yeah, and of course after this event, the Cyan Seas are going to go through the roof. All the faction cruisers and the new Navy and fleet issues. You would call those Imperial issues, I guess. I don't know.
I'm going to buy one right away.
You're going to buy one right away? I'm going to try to, Rambo. I'm going to try to.
With ISK.
Yeah. We'll see. So Rambo's coming to us from a cave. He has no power. So that's why he sounds like he's talking through a tin can.
No, I was in the bathroom. Toilet Eve.
Toilet Eve. That's right.
Yeah. I can take you all anywhere.
That's right. But no, I mean,
in seriousness, yeah, my computer's like whack right now.
I mean, you've heard these numbers, right? We've bounded around some of these numbers on what it's going to take to build one. 100 billion worth of button presses. Do you think that's totally out of the question? I think that's way too high. I think if they do that's a mistake. Yes, no, I don't know. Anyway. Oh, is this the guy? Yeah, show me the other screenshot, Leyland. There's another screenshot that comes with that, by the way. It's not just that one where that guy dies. Here, if you don't have it, I'm gonna. Well, shit, I can't. I'm not in a position where I can go and grab it from the other. Hold on a second, I'll get it. Give me 1 second, because there's another screenshot that follows up with that. That's hilarious.
Oh, is it the
one that's in
the
staff.
corp threat?
Yeah, this one. No, this one here. This is what I think this is what this guy said right after he lost that super carrier, that Science C today. This one, right?
Oh, that was the
there.
one that he's gonna uninstall the game.
Yeah, that one right there. And I will uninstall the game now. Poor bastard. I mean, that's horrible. I mean, that's just horrible. But also, like, that's as a PvPer, that's kind of what you're looking for, isn't it? You're looking for that kind of reaction. That just makes your night or your day or whatever. Press F for gank. But I mean, it's kind of like it's sad. I don't want the guy to uninstall the game. I want more of these guys out there I can kill. We all do. Anyhow, all right. Yeah, nothing on no Q&A either from the Chinese server. So I have no idea what. Nothing there. So who knows? We'll see. It's just a couple of more days. We'll probably get patch notes on Tuesday. We might even get some guys that can kind of see the back end ahead of time. I think as of right now we can't, but maybe it'll take until Wednesday morning for us all to know.
Did you already go over the Q&A?
I did. I read the Q&A for this week. That's
Holy
right.
Crap.
There was only 4 of them.
Show.
There was only 4 of them.
You just started the show.
There was only 4 of them, Rambo, and they were the worst things ever.
How about that mining foreman for the Orca, the combat timer?
Yeah,
was a bug.
Yep, it's a bug the whole time.
I'm like, when I noticed that, I'm like, do these people like play their own game? Because they should have seen that.
Well, they're talking about the mining foreman boost, which has been out for a long time.
Yeah.
Not the Beaver module, right?
No,
if it was the Beaver module, I could see that.
The mining foreman one, yeah.
That's hilarious, though. If the Beaver module caused a combat timer, because beavers, combat, women, trouble. Anyway, it's a horrible joke, but I had to do it.
Yeah, it was bad.
It was really bad. Wah wah. Yeah, I don't think they play their own game. I really don't.
Yeah.
Well, we know actually from some of the conversations that we have that some of their coders and the quote-unquote developers, they rotate around between different games at NetEase. They don't necessarily sit and just work on Echoes. They rotate around. So now there's a set group of a few, obviously, that do nothing but work on it and come up with ideas and get things pitched and then go and get the coding team back to work on it. But you would think there'd be some testing involved, which of course would probably be, they have a different server actually than the Fulmination server, if I remember correctly. But whatever.
I don't know if that's entirely true because I've heard that too, but they've gotta have. Well, we know they have a dedicated team, but whether or not they have rotators, who knows?
Exactly, it's got to be a mix of the two. It doesn't sound like it works without that. So whatever. I just wish they'd update Fulmination server so we could see it. It'd be great. Even now, we don't have some of the new stuff in it. Yeah,
like the Corp Tree stuff doesn't even load.
Oh no, it'll crash. It'll crash it.
Science C isn't even in the game.
Yep. So
on Fulmination, amongst the other things.
Yep. No Fiend, no Chameleon, no Salios.
And I'm pretty sure somebody asked for it to be updated, and Carrie had said, "Yeah, I will let the team know," and it still hadn't happened.
Right. So. It's like a button press for them, from what I remember them telling us. Like, it's very simple. It's just somebody has to go and do it. I don't understand.
Like, send the push. Yeah, they just have to push it.
Yeah, I don't know why they don't do it.
Well, they do it on, we know they have the schedule for the Aurora server, so
yeah.
I don't know if that's automated. Like, if they set it, and they're like, okay, well, now we can go home at 000 UTC, their time or whatever, then it pushes automatically. Yeah. Does the restart, all that stuff, comes back online. Now, Fulmination, it's a bit more manual, I guess. So, not like it's a big deal or anything, because most content creators don't even use the server because of that.
No, a lot don't, because it's not reliable. Even for the things that are in there, and you go and try to use it, it's not reliable.
yeah, you have to log in 7 times, and then heaven forbid you log out while you're in space. Then you'll have to log in another 7 times. Then you have to warp to wherever you were, then figure out where you want to teleport to.
Yeah.
It's just inconvenient. It could
Magicking
be good
up
at
stuff
times.
magicking up stuff is a pain in the ass. You type in one number wrong and it just crashes, and you have to do that whole login thing again.
Yeah, they're like 11-digit codes, and you
Yep.
get one digit wrong, and then it doesn't know what to do.
Right. Oh well, enough about that. Let's get into the main thing because it's really just an odd, wild, who knows what show. Who wants to be the first one to come on live and just give us some of your feedback on NetEase itself, on Echoes of New Eden, any in-game news, any conflict going on around the map, or just the game in general? Who wants to be the first? X up. On air
Hey,
chat.
I'll even take roasts between Taylor and I.
And first one's JD. You are not server muted. You are just muted on your side. Pretty sure. Michael JD. You are not server muted. Okay, I'm going to toggle it then. Server muted, unserver muted. Try again.
Yeah,
There
I
we
was
go.
server muted.
Yeah,
It
I'll just
says
have to.
you have been oppressed by Taylor. It's a weird error message.
That's the only place I can do it. No, I'm kidding. I'm kidding.
Let's see. Feedback to NetEase. Apparently, supers are going to cost 341 billion. NetEase, you suck. All right, that's it.
341 billion. Where's that come from?
From assets we have.
Huh. Ouch. Ouch, 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 ouch. That'll slow thing down, won't it?
By the way, that's without what you call them?
Click.
That's probably without the blueprints and stuff like that. I think that's parts and click costs. What we're looking at.
Jesus.
So, NetEase, you suck.
Yeah, that's a bit rough.
That is a bit rough.
I had a feeling when they made the INCs like 200 bill that's what the click cost of the supers were going to be, and they were intentionally inflating the cost of the INC in order to do this, and they just confirmed it. So, like, don't get me wrong, they need to be expensive, but that's just outrageous. It's literally just a cash grab at this point.
Yeah, they do need to be expensive. I agree with you on that end of it. I don't think they need to be so damn far out of reach that you introduce something that nobody can possibly get without having to swipe for it, if not swipe multiple freaking times. So
it's bad for the bottom line, dude. What are you talking about?
All right.
That's all I wanted to say. Thank you.
Okay. Thanks, man. Appreciate it. You heard it here, folks. Expensive fuckers. All right, who's next? X up. Let's see. Who came in next after the X's? JD was first.
So, fresh off the press, INC just went down worth 211 billion. Went down in Black Rise.
Ooh.
Killed by NILF. Killed by NILF.
Killed by NILF. Nice. Another one. That's 2 today.
Yeah, Mr. Brandy was the name of it.
Nice.
He's the CEO of Reloaded Corporation. So rest in peace, INC.
Interesting. And Alondra was next. You're unmuted on my end, Alondra. Alondria.
All right. Yeah, what's going on with the fact that anybody who wants to free to play this game in any kind of basis no longer can because they crashed the Plex market?
Yeah, Plex is a major issue, still an ongoing major issue. And if there's any kind of things that come out next week in terms of boxes and store grabs and all of that related to super carriers, then I don't see it going away anytime soon. I don't see that issue going away. There's too many people trying to buy up and sell up. So,
well, the problem is because the keys are the value of what you can get for getting one of those keys with the Plex, makes the value of Plex more than you can actually sell the Plex for. So you can't actually, you'd lose ISK if you sell it just as Plex on the market right now. You're better off using any Plex to get keys and open up boxes because you're going to get, on statistically speaking, more ISK value for that. So NetEase kind of messed up.
Do you think there's anything they can do to fix that in between now and next week? Is it just going to be releasing the cap? I don't think they're going to do that.
No, it's until the cap reaches what the actual value of Plex is now, which is based on what you can get out of those boxes. You're not going to see people selling in mass on Plex. They're just going to be sitting on it and putting up as many buy orders as they can to try and snatch up anything that they can. So yeah, it's not going until the market corrects itself, and because NetEase doesn't allow Plex to be sold at just whatever price. There's a hard limit on the upper level of what you can sell Plex for, and that level shifts up every week now because more and more is being sold in buy orders at the maximum amount, so it shifts up the average a little bit. But until that reaches that medium, we're not going to see Plex on the market again.
Yeah.
That's going to take months.
I don't know if it's going to take months. I think once this event's done
in the meantime, we've
week,
got all these people who.
Yeah, I think once the.
Well, I mean,
even if there's nothing new in the next update in terms of on the Starry Nights or on the passes or whatever else they come up with for their events, if there's nothing there that's super that everybody seems to want, because everybody wanted everything that they were selling this time around, like big time, and the amount that they were selling it for was reasonable, at least more reasonable than what it's been in the past, right? I guess that's all perspective, because when you have it way the hell up here for shit, anything that's less than that suddenly sounds good. So
yeah, weren't some people spending like $500 on Capital nanocores, like not Fiber X, but dang it, I can't even think of the name of it right now, the first one, but yeah, $180 US is pretty freaking cheap considering.
Yeah. Only problem is I see things going on all over the galaxy. I see people talking, and I see people saying, yeah, my Omega runs out at such and such date. I can't buy any more Plex to buy more Omega, so I'm probably going to quit the game whenever my Omega runs out. I've seen that said over and over again.
Yeah.
That's a big problem. We're bleeding players because NetEase doesn't understand economics.
I understand that. But also, everybody always says they're going to quit the game, and then they don't.
So there's an interesting thing I saw the other day, and one of the moderators posted it in the content creator chat. So if you were to purchase Plex using AR to go toward, or AUR going toward Omega, for Duo Omega, it's $20 roughly, versus spending $15 out of pocket for Duo. And then it comes down to basic Omega. For basic Omega, it's $5 a month. If you were to purchase AUR or go through Plex, it'll actually cost you more. So what, $7 or $8 for Omega. So the people that are grinding the Plex are actually paying more than they would out of pocket.
Well, the thing about it is, though, is that some people, it's a matter of through normal gaming activity, they're able to fund their game. They're all their ratting and everything like that. They just break off a chunk of their ratting for that month, and that pays for their game, and they're not having to pay the out of pocket. And some people, especially multi-boxers and things like that, they're some of them were grinding out some of their payments, some of them paying real money for some of it. Some of it what allowed them to multi-box is their ability to pay for some of those accounts with actual in-game currency.
Yeah.
And you got some people who just want to play free to play, and this game is not able to be played free to play anymore.
Yeah.
Because you can't get Omega anymore, and this game is not worth playing as an alpha character. There's just no ifs, ands, and buts about it. It is not playable.
You can do buy orders, and people are still getting them. I mean, it's expensive and it's difficult, but you can still get it. And especially if you already got a Cyan C with it, your income has gone up as well. So there's a little bit of a yin and yang to that. It's not completely out of reach if they want to.
But considering what NetEase is
Thanks,
going
Alondra.
to do,
Appreciate your feedback.
considering what they are going to do versus, I don't know, I guess it's a wait and see, is, once this event ends, maybe we'll start seeing Plex back on the market. But I almost want to say, like, with the amount of people that have complained, with the amount of people that have, I guess, complain about not getting Omega and having their characters go alpha and quit in the game and whatnot, I almost wonder if they would push for like a Corp Omega something or other. Like, hey, if you were affected by this X, Y, and Z, fill out this document. We'll give your Corp 100 Corp Omegas to give out to those players so they can come back to the game.
Yeah. Corp Omega could be such a handy
Because that's
thing.
nothing to the devs. That's nothing to the devs.
No. And
no
it could be such a handy thing if there was an easier way to use it. Unfortunately, your corporation can't even buy and hold Plex, and you have to get Corporation Omega, the CEO has to buy the damn, or anybody with that role has to own the Plex. So it becomes a personal thing getting involved with it. It's not. It doesn't work very well.
Is I've had people come to me and say, "Hey, can't you just Corp Omega a character?" I was like, "No, because I still have to purchase Plex." So, that's just the way that it is. So, give them the suggestion. Just say, "Hey, give me a document. I'll give you my Corp info and information. Give us 100 Corp Omegas to last for a couple months."
Yep.
For the players that went alpha that couldn't afford it or were affected by this Plex crisis.
Gots to do something. All right, who is next? I've lost count with the chat as far as X up again for the next person to come on. We'll just keep rolling. Yadashi, you're next. We'll just keep rolling like that. Yadashi, go for it.
A roast or no?
What was that?
A roast or no?
Whatever you want. It's open mic. Go for it.
All right. So it's been 10 months since his last roast. The only thing that's more consistent than his podcast is his inability to pronounce words.
This is true. This is true.
I say get better material for the show, but the only thing he does is steal Damon Excel and make him do the talking for his own show.
Yeah.
I have no comment.
It's true, though. It's true.
I did watch Damon's video today. His last one, I mean.
Did you? Is it good? I haven't watched it.
Well, no, only because Venimune was complaining about it.
Oh, I gotta watch it then. I got a new nickname for vet. Someone in their chat it autocorrected to veterinarian. So he's the veterinarian now. Keep going, Yadashi.
Taylor last time had very good punchlines for the roast. Sadly, most of the punchlines I had to create for him.
I remember that.
Let's see. Last time we had terrible roasters, and I have no clue why they are here again. It is probably because Pay to Win sponsored SHH mouthpieces.
Nothing's changed.
The only thing going up from your show is non-listener retention rates. Rambo's giving so much away on his show, SHH leadership is starting to wonder if Rambo's a red collaborator or not.
I need my... Taylor, where are you on the sound effects? I need some roasted sound effects.
I don't have those.
With how long it takes Rambo to make a commercial, I could have killed his corporation and his alliance already, and I still have time to listen to the final copy.
I don't know if that's true anymore, though. Trimark's dead.
I mean, I probably wouldn't even need a corporation to do I'd probably just show up to this corporation and everybody would leave already.
You show up, they'll scatter like cockroaches.
Well, for having me.
All right. I guess he said, thanks for having me. I guess that's it.
All right, thanks Yadashi for the roast.
Always good. All
I
right, who's
always,
next?
I always like a good. I always like a good roast.
Yeah, it's always fun. Who's next? Next up. Yeah, I know. He walked into that, Tokiza. Yes, I've flown a NID unrigged and PVE'd with it. No rigs at all. Need more X's, guys. Somebody. Come on. Bacon, you next. X for Rocket. Okay, cool. Yeah, that's right. He did X up at some point. Here we go. Boom, and
Oh, great.
yep, here comes Rocket. You're unmuted, friend. You got to unmute on your side. Do. There's Rocket. There you go. Go for it, Rocket. Rocket doesn't have a mic. All right, fix it. There he is.
1 second. Yeah, can you hear me?
I can hear you fine. Go for it.
Okay. Perfect. Okay. Perfect. Okay, so the first thing I'm gonna say is like 3 times. Do I get any wait, oh.
There he is. You got the delay going with the YouTube in the background. You might want to mute that right now while you're doing this.
Okay, sorry. So my first thing is that I got skipped over like 3 times. Am I not respected by you, man? Come on.
I didn't notice it. There was a bunch of stuff flying
Rip.
through. I didn't notice it. Sorry, buddy.
You sure it wasn't just Daraz posting gifs?
Oh no. Oh, no problem, Taylor. It's not like there's a thing called scrolling back.
It's a live feed. I'm watching it go. Go for it. Go for it.
Yeah. So the first thing I wanted to ask you is that why are you still here? The main reason being at this point is because Rambo's basically telling you everything to do, man. You know, you go. Yeah, look, like really, man, really. Like, I mean, I am a bit worried that Rambo's rubbed off on you in more ways than one. Yeah, that's about it. Mainly because I learned of this roast like 50 minutes ago.
It wasn't meant to be a roast. It was just meant to be open line. But that's fine. That's fine.
Yeah. And anyway, thank you guys. Next.
Thanks, Rocket. Yep. Next one up.
Hey, real quick, did you see the Corp Clash matches that happened today?
I did not. I never look at that screen. I don't even know what that is. Other than the main battle though. No, I forgot about that. Those are some happening today. Yeah. Where are the results at? Do we have results somewhere that we can put up?
I don't have. I have my kid crawling all over me.
Did Saku win?
So Saku won and Spy won. So Saku played Ring. It was about 30. I think it was like 30 characters versus 50, and Saku won. And then Spy Corp versus My Corp. Which, funny thing, Taylor, you didn't even know the name of my corp. You just knew the ticker. I was like, how do you not know my corp?
I do. I just kind of got it confused between you and Reese's corp.
Yeah, so we faced them today. It was 30 versus 26, and they were defending the objective pretty well. We couldn't break them, so they won that. So the winner from my bracket gets to face FKG. And I know X had eliminated Gen 515. So Gen 515 came out of the gate swinging, as we all know, from last week. And X beat them. Nice. But I'd have to look at the bracket to see who they are going to be facing next. Maybe it's Saku.
That'd be a tough one.
So, yeah.
That would be a tough one. I pity anybody that's got to face X, honestly.
Oh. And with the whole betting thing, the Saku win cost me 6 billion ISK.
You thought Saku was going to lose?
No, I was the house. So
Oh,
I bet against whoever wanted to make bets. So
gotcha.
yeah.
Gotcha. Saku has Harriet. It's not fair. There's the breakdown.
Oh,
Nice.
Don't worry. Red Sea made me 6 billion when they lost, so it's not
Ouch.
too bad.
Ouch. I wish they would have done something where they were going to have these streamed live so people could watch. I think that would be
Well,
a great event.
they want us to record the matches. They asked us if we had the capability of doing so, and then they are going to take all the footage, and I believe they're going to make a montage of all the footage, possibly after the event is over. I honestly don't know what they're going to do with that.
I mean, I get that. You probably want to do that, but like that's missing the mark. Like people want to see these matches live on YouTube. Talk about getting people involved in this game. It's an easy marketing thing to just stream them live.
Well, at the same rate, it's kind of competitive too, because you as a competitor, you don't want to see your next opponent knowing your strategy. You know what I mean? So
Yeah,
at
but
the same time, like
every sporting event of any kind, whether that's esports or not, you can watch your competition's
right,
matches, right?
right.
I mean, it's
Well, esports is one thing, but say like the National Football League,
yeah,
they change their playbook literally every game. They have a playbook per team, and even then, those teams they know what those playbooks are, so they have to like flip flop them around and substitute people and all this type of stuff. But
right.
more so, like in this case, I think the big one is strategy and ship composition. If you know those two things, then you most likely will have the advantage in your next match. So, but as a competitor, then you don't want that info out.
Yeah,
So
and I
that's why
guess
they probably
it's
don't want to
not
do
like
that.
there's 16 different ways to do. Well, there's got to be multiple ways to gank it and outplay your competition, just like anything else. Unless it's so simplified and stupid that there's really only one thing you can do.
There's two strategies in Corp Clash. There's basically attack and defend. You're gonna do one or the other and hope to be on top.
Yeah, yeah.
FC, permission to shoot Toe Rick?
Damon, how you doing, buddy?
What's up?
But yeah, so the next person, yeah.
All right, cool. Yeah, who was next? I'm gonna scroll because I got roasted for that.
Well, I believe it was Besson. I believe it was Bacon.
Nesseville was next right after Rocket, so I'm gonna go with Nesseville first, and then we'll go to Bacon unless someone tells me otherwise. Where is Nesseville? There he is. You are
Bacon is delicious.
Unserver muted Nesseville. Go for it.
All right, it's just more of a statement when you're all talking about flexes and corporations. And Rambo probably remember this. I remember back in the Golden Horde when Bojangles had all those flexes and he lost them all. Remember that?
Yeah.
They got locked in his work account and he never could get them back.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's having one person with all that, it's not good. Not for a corp. That's all I got.
Gotcha. Or just have better management of your accounts and not try to start a game on a work email.
With him, it was really a management issue because if we know kind of one of the big things that happened in GHA was that heist that Abriel spearheaded, and that was because she had access to his accounts. So it was definitely a management issue.
Yeah. Let's see, I got an X from Kevin Eater. Let me scroll and find Kevin Eater. Where are you at? There you are. Kevin Eater, you're up next. And plug a link for your YouTube, by the way. Post it or something. You're unmuted. Can't hear you. Kevin Eater, the slowest PvPer in Eve Echoes. I'm kidding. Come on, man.
No, that's Rocket.
Probably.
Kevin, you're quieter than I am.
Yeah, no kidding. Damon, you got anything for us tonight? While we're waiting for Kevin to go, figure out which way the USB plug goes in.
I believe in the female port.
I believe in what?
If you're pulling the USB, you do the male into the female port.
Okay, now I see what you're getting at.
I'm sorry, I used the technical term on the show.
I just went straight to vagina when you said that, and so I was really surprised. I was thinking about something totally different.
Obviously. News-wise, you guys probably already covered everything. Silent retaking the homeland. Well, there is one story, but I don't know if I have clearance to talk about it, so I can't talk about that one. But someone did send me a known exploit of the market that they found out about it's either how to keep your buy order on top or recycling your buy order and people buying things from your sell orders and you not losing quantity of what you're selling.
Oh, shit. Oh, Lord.
So I got to dig a little bit more into that, but maybe I'll get because I know you're heavy into the market. Maybe I'll send the information your way, and we can talk about it next week on next week's show.
Okay.
But yeah, that was sent to me. I think either early this morning or last night, and I really didn't get a chance to get in and actually try the steps that he told me to do.
Gotcha. That'd be hilarious if there's a way to do infinite money. Oh,
Yeah,
boy.
he said He says there's a lot of people actually doing it right now, and you can see the market manipulation because of it.
Well, I mean, maybe the devs will figure out where the hell that's at. Cut it out. Well, yeah, someone somewhere will figure it out, cut it out, and then the Plex market can come back, but who knows? Technical issues, Kevin Eater? Because you're unserver muted again when you rejoined, just so you know. I'll give it a few seconds here and see what time.
I unmuted him.
Yeah, no, he's been unmuted for a minute. Plex market affecting industry long term. Well, the market's totally screwed all the way around on everything. It's not just the Plex, but it's the resources. It's there's certain C types you can't get a hold of. There's just certain things that would normally drop and be on the market that are just totally gone or not existent or there for a day and then gone for a couple of days. It's getting a hold of some essentials is kind of difficult. I don't know. I think we'll see some of that stabilize. Yeah, exactly. Well, and the builders are going to be going nuts on the other end anyway because of everything that everybody's stockpiling for, right? And so the industry market, we should see an uptick in all of it, if not for anything other than the corporation tech tree that I talked about last week. I think that by itself is going to be a driving factor for several weeks to come more than anything else. But you bring up a good point. When people start to run out of IP and literally can't buy it because they can't get the Plex in time, then it might speed up some shipbuilding there too. So we'll see.
Did you go over the chart that was put out on Reddit about how much going through everything that's released now for the corporation tech would actually cost?
No, we didn't talk about that because it's kind of just an open line thing tonight, not like a normal run-of-the-mill show.
So he's bringing up if you were to upgrade all the way up to the, what is it, level 5 is like Royal or something like that?
Yep.
Yeah.
With
there's a chart.
all of that, yeah, there's a chart that was
there it is. I was just looking for it, yeah.
By OC Can't Stop. I believe he was the one that posted it. But
yeah.
All together, it is like over 600 billion just to complete that tech tree.
687, yep.
687. Just
which
short
there's
of
more coming. There's supposedly more coming to that tech tree. It's not like that's a one and done and you'll never have to do anything in there again. There'll be new things added in there.
Actually,
so it's a 3/4 of a Yakai contract.
Basically. I was actually looking at that, and if you go to the last one, no, maybe it wasn't. I thought they had added something like, Ninja dropped it in because I didn't remember seeing it the first time.
I haven't seen anything new with it yet. I took screenshots of it when it first came out, and I keep looking because I heard rumors that that's where we were going to get our corporation member size increase was going to be part of the tech tree, and it's not there.
Yes.
Yeah.
I think that's going to be a future release, like everything else that we actually want in the game.
I heard though that there was a rumor from somewhere. I don't know exactly where, but it was kind of, I don't know where it got started from. I'll put it that way. That the member increase thing not getting included a few weeks ago with this was a mistake, and that they're going back and going to just patch it somehow to where it's supposed to have been in there at the very beginning. So I've also heard that it was supposed to be part of some sort of tied into an event that would then tie into the tech tree. So who knows? Who knows?
Probably another recruiting event.
Yeah.
So you heard that from me, the first one, where they had forgot or didn't include it into the tech tree, because I asked Carrie about it. I said, Carrie, there's corporations that have been wanting this update and have been waiting for this update and have been preparing for this update. When are we going to get corporation size increase? And then it happened to be in the same conversation I had about the corp tech tree, because she actually like asked me how I felt about it, and so I gave her my opinion. And then at the end of it, she's like, "It's not in the corp tree, tech tree." I'm like, "Is it supposed to be?"
Oh wow.
So that's kind of how that conversation went. Yeah. So now it's like, is it actually going to be in the corp tech tree, or are they going to just remove it and implement it?
Well, if they retro go back, that's actually going to screw a bunch of other corporations who've already sunk into this. Because a lot of corporations, that was like the first thing they wanted to sink into.
Right. So, like, say they do add it into the basic level of the corp tech tree. People had already spent money on maybe some of the other systems. Maybe they spent money in ISK and Concord points to get it up to level 3 or higher. I don't know how far corps are nowadays, but yeah, it's like, can we at least get like a reroll of can we get our Concord credit back, and so we can reroll it and allocate it to the things that we want?
Yeah, they've got that thing locked down. I guarantee you they'll never want to take those out of there. You'll never get your points back. Like downgrade yourself from the levels. I don't think they'll ever do that.
Right? They gave us Lazarus point. They gave us Lazarus.
Yes, but I think what you're missing is if they do that, it's going to be a special AUR cost.
Well, even Lazarus points cost Plex, which in turn can cost AUR. So
how would reducing corp size reduce blob size, Durka? Increased corp size going to create bigger a bigger blob out of one corp. The crab brain. Yeah, exactly. Bigger crabs. Bigger crab corpse. Retirement communities. All right, who is next on coming up onto the show? Durka, if you want to say something, put an X up. Give us your feedback. You're always enjoyable to talk to. All of you guys are, really. Try and look back and scroll. I'm scrolling. I don't see the last X anywhere. Nesville can come back. Update Nesville, go.
Hey, yeah, and I don't know if y'all talked about it or not, but what about the station containers and the naming your ship and the tradable purple cores? Just stirring the shit pot.
Yeah, I mean, we kept hearing about that. We kept hearing about it, and actually, we heard about it first being released in April, and then it got pushed to May because May was ship month, and it still didn't happen. So
seems like there's a lot of pushing on the other side of that.
Yeah, I think they have a timeline. They don't meet the timeline, and they just push it, and just say screw it, and then they just keep pushing and pushing. Probably to the standpoint because they want to make sure that whatever they're going to do for their anniversary update is ready, which we all know is always a big one for things that they do around that time.
Yeah, I think it's almost to the point where it seems like they bit off a lot more than they can chew right now. And when it comes to the issues of previous updates and then having to implement content that was on their Trello or upcoming content schedule as it is anyway, yeah, they just seem to be delayed more and more, longer and longer. And I think Taylor said it last week. We were supposed at this last week, and so maybe this next week we'll see it with the new ships if they do release.
Yeah. screwed up over here. Hold on a second.
And as far as the nanocores go, I think they did say in their Q&A this week that they're going to be adding some more, like CyberX or something like that. Or they're thinking about it.
No, they were talking about the exchange, adding the CyberX into the exchange.
Oh, okay.
So you can swap it out for something else. Not really sure.
CyberX is a good core.
Yeah, I don't know why you'd want to exchange out of the CyberX unless you got it for a specific chip and now you need to get it for a different one.
CyberX was the first nanocore I ever bought.
Was it?
Yeah.
Huh.
I actually paid real money for that core.
I don't think I've done that for any of them. I've tried to get some boxes for and played that game a little bit, but yeah, I could see the CyberX for a Balgorn being pretty OP, especially if you can take that and you can take that up to a gold core, can't you? From the yeah, I know you can. Yep. So,
yeah, I'm gonna gold core my Orca. It's gonna be legit.
I think it's okay to gold core the mining barges. I don't see any reason why that shouldn't be a problem. I don't think the AI side of it is like, what the hell.
Well,
So,
no, the gold, AI aside, the gold core itself, when you gain the attributes, then you're gaining mining yield and range and ore capacity hold and all that stuff. It's like, dude, do it. It's a no-brainer. For miners, anyway.
yeah. I don't know. I think that would just kill the... I don't know. Do you see that the AI cores, as far as high-sec islands and or mission runners, is killing the market in terms of extra stuff on the market, or harming the Plex market any at all? Do you think that has anything to do with it?
I don't know.
Because I mean, if it's not causing any issues there, then I guess the argument could be made at least that there's not causing any issues on the other end either with ore, because it would be lower level ores if you're doing it in high sec.
Yeah. Well, I guess it depends on which perspective that you're looking at it from. From a war perspective, then you hate the islands because the islands are funding the war, right?
Yeah.
But then, say they implement war decks, and then all of a sudden the islands aren't safe anymore. And so then those people are going to complain because they want to have safe mining and whatever. So it'll definitely shape New Eden differently. But as far as harming industry or the Plex, I don't know. It kind of just depends. I use the AI for, AFK ISK making for the things that I want rather than things that I need. So.
Yeah. Fair enough. Fair enough. All right. Who is next? Get over things here. Hold on a second. 13. Okay. I thought something stopped on me there for a second, but no, we're still going. Anybody else? Maybe we just start.
Did anybody notice that with the AI core too, you can switch high sec encounters to normal cosmic anomalies? So is it actually doable in low sec or null yet?
I have no idea. Haven't used it, so I don't know.
Okay. Yeah, I haven't tried it. I don't have any of my AI cores out in nullsec, but
I mean, if for a mission, I guess you could. I would think, right? But I mean, for normal anomalies,
it literally says normal cosmic anomalies. But I didn't try it. I just stick to high sec encounters.
Yeah, this is. Hey, thanks for bringing that up, Kiza. This is a great post on Reddit. I'm going to bring it up and scroll down it real quick. Oh, is this something else? Oh, I thought this was the post about him leaving with his last outpost that was blown up. I guess this is something else.
That is it. Yeah, that is it.
Oh, this is the same one?
Yeah, it's the same one.
His departure gift? Yeah. Oh, I gotcha. Oh. You got a response from Carrie. or an
Yeah.
message from Carrie. Yeah. Yep.
So I heard that was an implant of choice was his gift.
Mm. Gifted departure. Have you ever been wondering how some players almost weekly swap skills and are suddenly in big ships, almost like Lazarus points and or endless free ships and materialize out of thin air, and their implants somehow are all maxed, near maxed, or all kinds of implants available? Sure, some are credit card swipers, but for some, well, not long ago it was exposed the loyal customer tier, the ones that get their caps for free, back by petition support. Today I'll introduce you to the White Knights and Whistleblowers tier. I can personally only provide evidence of my own case, but even if me, a lore, can get it, you can imagine how many have handed out. Guide on how to get an implant level 45. Be a troll on Discord, but never cross bottom lines to avoid getting permanently banned. Have a mod feel you've been mistreated. Tell them you don't want bribes, you want their actions to improve the game. Ding, receive implant, your choice, level 45.
Dang.
Good God. There are so many versions of this guide, but the above one I can document. If me, a lore who never gave much care of pretending to like NetEase, can get one for free, imagine how White Knights get it. This game with a different publisher, who knows the possibilities for longevity and even profitability with a good image to the player base, but it is what it is. I am a lore, and today I win Eve Echoes till a nasty addiction comes back to bite over and out. Yeah, and that gets back to what I said before. Nobody ever really quits. Eve, they come back, but let's see if he does. Who knows?
We've talked about NetEase SRP before.
We have,
right?
yeah.
There was that whole scandal back when, a few months ago. People were losing capitals or carriers or whatever, and they just would send a complaint in and get it SRP'd by NetEase. So
interesting. I don't know what that screenshot is. That's the same graphic over and over again, so that's some sort of weird.
Yeah, and I guess I was mistaken. It was two separate posts, so I thought it was the same post where he posted the outpost kill.
Yeah.
How many times can I say post in the same posting sentence?
I don't know. You're going to post up one more time. 3.76 trillion, I guess, was the number of the damages that his corp had done or something. I forget what the article had in it, but that was the head. Oh, there's the other one right there. Yep. Now I'm seeing it.
Yeah, it's posted.
Let's pull it up.
So interesting about that one is a lot of people, they gave their feedback on that post, but what people took away from that was that Discord link that he'd sent or included in that. And it was for botters, basically. They released the script or the how-to to be able to enable a macro or something for botting and like multi-instance botting and all that type of stuff within that Discord. So I think a lot of people actually joined it and was like, whoa, this is kind of eye-opening how real it is.
Yeah. Yep, it's a major problem. To the point.
Just imagine being a supporter of it, right?
Exactly. Yes, I learn something new every day. Learn something new every day. I learned how to scroll live.
And Kevinator, yeah, I see that screenshot with the all the implants, how it's bugged. I do believe that specific bug was fixed with like the implant UI error where it showed all golds and it was all the same implant, but I could be wrong. I had some people tell me.
Is that the max buff you can get, by the way, the plus 16 for shield and armor? I thought it was higher than that. The what is it, the Insta, upon installation, the Insta buff?
I'm not sure.
Seems I just had it in my head that buff could get up as high as 20, but who knows? Maybe that's a...
Is that for a core buff?
No. When you're looking at the implants, every time you install an implant, you get a small buff to your shields and armor for it, and every time you keep leveling it up, you get that buff increases. And if all of your implants were all maxed out, I thought it was 20% to both that you would get, but I don't know.
You know, that 16 might be max because I'm looking at my implants and I'm only looking at 2.48 bucks. So I'm totally a rookie compared to that.
I'm way higher than that, but not at 16, obviously. So I want to say it's close to that. 0.04% per level seems like that's right, Plurk. If I remember, I'm just doing that off the top of my head. Seems like it's accurate. I don't know. I'd have to go look up mine. I'm not on that character right now, so I don't know. All right. Well, anything else, Rambo? Anything else, Damon? Did Damon drop off completely? I think he did. Looks like he did.
Did you talk about the myth situation that happened this last week?
No, we didn't. They're basically out of fountain at this point. Although they did take over somebody else's citadel a few days, it was one of Red Sea's citadels just a few days ago.
Yeah. So Nilf retook Ret C's Fort Knox citadel from whoever owned it before. I don't remember, but maybe somebody from Meow. So yeah, Meow invaded Fountain once again. Fountain's always at war.
Yep.
But it was like a couple days ago we had heard about this, and several of the corps had decided to jump ship. So we know where a bunch of them had went, but I don't know of all the corps that made up Myth Alliance. I know a bunch of them went to SHH. I knew one made their own alliance, and so I don't know how many corporations that they had followed them. And I don't know who else went to other alliances.
I think Beer stayed there. I don't know. In my mind, I have DBL coming up in my head. Like they did something.
DBL went to Beer.
Yep.
Aggro went and made their own alliance.
They went and did their own thing. Yeah. There was talks about them coming up here with the Fed. This was Silent, but they went their own way. Necro came up here. Nilf came up here.
FLBR joined Bot 5.
They joined Bot 5. Yep.
So I don't know if that's the majority or the bigger corps at least, but
I think so. There might have been a couple smaller ones, but I think that's pretty much the majority of them.
But like those are the corps that like everybody's heard of. Like if you're, I mean, if you've roamed New Eden or been in previous wars, management level type stuff in Diplo, it's like Necromangers, FLBR, Nilf, of course. Yeah.
Well, Nilf was originally all the way over in the other side of the map.
Void. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, Void initially, yeah. Then they were up with No Please Stop for a while too, weren't they?
Yes.
Yeah. So. Yep.
So yeah, Meow is taking over the area. Yeah.
Did talk about that a little bit last week too. How there's a lot of conflict going. They're in Quirius. They're over in Fountain. They've moved over into Catch. They haven't taken over all of Quirius at this point. They've still got the northern part of Quirius with what's left over of Trimarch. Trimarch is now officially split into two. Part of Trimarch is merging with TSC. I've seen that all over the place just in this last week. Seen them moving too. To where parts of those corps in Trimarch are literally moving out and moving over to Delve. So I don't know what's left of Trimarch in Quirius, but that's probably Meow's next move if they really want to just have more space to just say, hey, here's our part of the map.
Yeah,
I don't know how they cover all that, but that's another story.
What's the whole motive on that anyway? To take as many regions as possible, or what?
I guess because they can. I mean, I haven't heard anything other than that. Other than I think Valkuz did make and it's Valkuz who's the head of Meow, correct? I'm pretty sure that's correct. You'll correct me if I'm wrong. I think he'd made a statement that the Fountain conflict's over. Pretty sure I saw that somewhere with a Reddit post or something.
I think I know what you're talking about, but I don't recall where I saw it.
Yeah. Maybe it wasn't a Reddit post, but whatever. But I don't know. And what they're going to do, Wild Geese is they're just taking Russian time zones, yeah. The Wild Geese guys are with them as well, so it's kind of a joint thing there too. So If I'm looking at it and I can have multiple regions across the map to get multiple types of debris, knowing what's coming out with everything going on with super carriers coming up, and I know I'm going to need debris from all regions in order to be able to build them, then I'd want that as well. If you can take it, why not? If no one's stopping you. And so far, no one really has done too much. There it is. Thank you. Yep, I see it. The 2-year story of Boop versus Myth. I knew I saw that on Reddit. I want to pull it up right here instead. There we go. 2-year story of Boop versus Myth. I don't want to read this entire thing. Nobody wants to read all of that. Where's the TLDR at the bottom? He's put up some movies. 3 movies, good fights. So there's some links there. I will post on the thing. Let's see, where's it? Copy. Post. Have at it. No one wants to hear the whole thing read. You got the link, go read it. 1, 2, 3. But those are cool. I always enjoy some of these videos. By pretty much anybody. Unless they get super salty. Then it's kind of funny. Basically, at the end he says, thanks for giving us the fight. We appreciate Myth forming this this force and giving the fight. Even Silent hasn't formed something like this in our prime. Okay. It did take careful months of collecting information, planning, polishing the doctrine, regrouping, and no life FCing. To break this group in just 10 days. Yeah, okay. Sure. No one's ever broken a group in 10 days before. Gotcha.
Yeah, 10 days is pretty quick.
10 days is pretty quick. I'd say we did 14 days, really, on Pantheon. I mean, it was a month. The whole thing was a month, but it was really the first 2 weeks.
Pantheon was literally 31 days, and
to the end
GenFed was like 3 weeks.
Yeah, that's true. Genesis was 3 weeks, yeah. Yep. So, yeah. I don't know if I would call Myth the size of either one of those 2 organizations, but okay.
Oh, no, not even close.
Nope. That's like saying I'm going to go kill AAA, and I did it in 3 days, and woohoo.
Hey, wasn't that another one that kind of like disbanded? Didn't they just disband too?
AAA, yeah, they're done. They're toast.
And where do they go?
Broke apart, went into AOA, and went separate ways. They pretty much got dissolved by Meow as well, and some went to Spy. Yeah. So it's amazing that Spy is still sort of holding their own. It seems a little bit.
Well, Flying Circus, right?
The Flying Circus. Yeah, I mean, in terms of, they've lost all their soft, haven't they? Slip you up, I'm pretty sure Spy has lost all their soft, but they're still together, and still fight. I still see videos getting posted of cap kills. Went to poo space. Yeah, nobody cares about. Yeah, impasse. Yeah. Which, by the way, I did see last week. I guess this was maybe it was actually a week before this last show. Honk put down. Maybe we covered it or something. I'm just remembering it though because I see Slippy typing. Honk put a Citadel down. Where'd you guys put it at? It was right in the middle of void space. And what was the name of it? It died. It died like that day or the next day on the anchor. But you guys put it down, and I know it had something to do with there it was, and it was Intumescent Belts was the. Like the name of the Citadel was Intumescent Spawn Site or something like that.
That's funny.
It was hilarious. I'm sure it pissed everybody there off so bad. We ate your rocks. Yeah.
Void has a forever hatred toward Honk. It's gonna last an eternity.
And all you got to do is mention the square rocks, and they just lose their mind again. It's so good. It's so funny.
I'm looking at Boop on a star map. They got 3 regions with their logo on it.
Boop does?
Yeah, Boop. So I think the only entity that's more is AOA or AOS with like 8.
Oh, over. You say Boop, you mean Meow at this point, correct?
Sorry, did I say Boop?
I said Boop like 3 times, and I'm sitting here going, what the fuck?
To me, it's the same thing.
It is, though, right? I mean, who picked Meow
Boop
anyway?
Plus yes is Meow. Yeah.
Yeah, who picked Meow? That's so stupid. It's like hippos. I would just be embarrassed. Oh well. Hates blob becomes blob. It's kind of like you play this game long enough, you become the villain. Every single one of us. So it's a game, guys. It's a game. All good. Just hated dying to a blob, yeah.
I don't know. Aside from basically those kind of main topics that happened this last week, I don't remember having too much else to talk about.
No, it was a little. Well, I wouldn't necessarily call it dry, but in terms of other weeks where we've had lots of huge things happening, it was definitely a little dry. Obviously, Damon brought it up. So Silence got Sov again up in Declan, so it looks very different than what it was before. All of that stuff happened between the last show and now, so it was an interesting week for us up north, to say the least. To be back in Declan again is interesting. There we are. And my Citadel and your Citadel are right next to each other now. It's not like
we're neighbors.
We're neighbors.
That was the plan all along. We wanted to be neighbors. We like each other so much. We wanted to be neighbors.
Orchestrated the whole thing. Had to blow everybody up just so you and I could anchor right next to each other. Yeah.
Spearheaded destroying our own Saab.
Yep.
Spearheaded going toward other regions, and then right back to where we started, basically. So, though I came from the west side, which is the better side, but now we are where we are.
Yep, we are where we are. So, interesting times to be sure. All right. I mean, honestly, guys, if nobody else has got anything they want to X up and come on live on the show and talk about, that's all I got. We're past an hour mark, so that's good for me.
Yeah. If somebody wants to add something or comment or roast us or whatever, it's open mic night.
We do need some more ads for corporations, alliances, federations, whatever you call yourselves. Yeah. We do need some more ads. So if you want to have a free ad on the show, get it to us between now and next week. You can always call in as well. We do have a call-in line, and leave us a voicemail. I'll go pull up that number real quick so I can let everybody know. And it is on.
Yeah. I do have a couple commercials I need to spend some time on back when my computer gets back up and running. I tried using it today on New Eden Radio, and I kept dropping internet. No. Yeah, it was really spotty connection. So
the phone number to call and leave a voice line. Operators are not standing by. Nobody will answer the phone, but Rambo might call you back after he listens to the voicemail. Is 928-224-9027. You call in, leave a voicemail, and we will play it on the show.
Or you can text it. You can text that number too.
Oh, can you? That's hilarious.
Yeah, I'll text back usually. When I'm on my computer, I can text back.
Kiza, what about this 100 billion stolen from Burr? I don't. And it sounded to me like the theft last week that we talked about. Looks like possible that they get all that back. Because I know the one guy that did it, and it was a hauling scam, he got a ban from NetEase. So there's an update to that we can put in there.
So I talked to Yakai today, and he said he has not gotten his stuff back.
Gotcha.
So that pilot is most likely still banned, and they're going to still continue chasing contracts and probably continue banning people up until it's solved.
Gotcha. Interesting. 100 bills, not a whole lot anymore these days. I mean, I wouldn't want 100 bills stolen from me. I would feel the pinch, but overall in the game, it's not for any corporation like or a full alliance anyway like Burr. That's not a showstopper.
That's like 1 month of rent.
Yeah. One month of rent. Yep.
Well, the corps already struggle paying it anyway, so
yeah,
they're not even seeing that.
Yeah, and earlier this week, Burr lost to Citadel in Faith Ebolas. I'm pretty sure that was in Faith Ebolas where CRB blew up one of their Citadels. So I don't know what's going on in that space, but it seems like every week one of their citadels blows up, and they can't sit there and say like they did again this week that, oh, we didn't want that one. Or no, that was a corporation that was leaving, and we were going to blow it up anyway. And yeah, I mean, really? So all your corporations are leaving, and all your SOV you're going to destroy yourselves as well? I mean, like, you can't use that excuse every fucking week.
I did notice some of their pilots have been going to AOA corporations.
Wow, imagine that. Could never have called that, could we?
I asked, and I was shot away, so...
Yeah. You're right, and it's not like they were defending them. I mean, Lelouch's correct. He said, and they lost defending it. Yeah, they were at that fight in Faithful Bolus, they were defending those citadels, and they still lost. So, crazy times. I think it's going to see a lot more conflict coming over the second half of the year than we saw in the first half of the year by far, and it's all going to be directed towards AOA, in my opinion. We'll see how it goes.
Well, in all honesty, it kind of has to go that way.
It does.
But you got some personalities that don't want it to go that way. So it's an interesting politics, Diplo type scenario. It's like, well, you want AOA taking over the map? Then, okay, I guess you're going to let them.
Yeah. Well, with new regions opening up, supposedly, for the anniversary, that'll change things quite a bit, too. I mean, that'll be a huge conflict zone. Everybody and their brother's going to be fighting over that.
Are you sure? Or are they going to be like, oh, AOA is going to take it. They can have them. You think, which way do you think it's going to go?
Oh, I see a fight for it. I'd go fight for some of that area. You bet. If it's what it's supposed to be.
I would fight in that area.
That's
There's
what I mean.
Going to be gaps. It's like, well, if you want debris or whatever, then you could go steal it. You can go farm those anomalies undercover or whatever.
Yeah.
But
exactly.
To take the region to own or put SOV in.
Oh no!
There's no other entity that's going to take it but AOA. And if you don't think that, then I don't know. I guess you don't know anything.
No, I see your point, and I'm not saying that that's not correct. I do think there'll be other entities who try. I think they'll fail.
I don't even think they'll try. I think they'll just straight up either not try or just take the loss. Yeah, take the loss.
Yeah.
Like, oh, well, no, AOA is going to take it. They're going to run their bot farms out of it. And New Eden's going to suffer because of it. So let it be.
All right. I think that is it, ladies and gentlemen. I think we are all done. Next week's going to be a huge week. Make sure to be back with us next week because we're going to be talking all about the super carriers and everything that's released. We saw this last week what some of the stats are. The stats are technically in-game, although you can't really get to them unless you've got to copy-paste from somebody else. I don't know how they pulled them out, but they're there. Super carriers have a plus 50 warp stability, so it's going to be interesting to see, and that's going to be a huge update. Maybe there'll be some other things they sneak in for us, too, this coming Tuesday, Wednesday, so should be fun. Get all your credit cards paid off. Go get a second mortgage. Go get that HELOC on your home. Be ready for it. Big ship's coming on Wednesday.
I'm still waiting for my senior content creator medal.
RIP. You'll never get it.
Yeah, I'm still waiting. I was supposed to get my custom banner and medal for the Corp Clash event, and I still haven't got that yet. Yeah. They say it needs to be tested before it's implemented. So, I guess.
And the E finally fell off behind me. That's good timing. Faction super carriers after that. Well, we need dreads, faction dreads, don't we? We don't have that at all either. There'll be Titans, then there'll be faction Titans. No, I'm kidding. Anyway, all right, I'm going to play the outro, which is the intro, and off we go, everybody. Thanks again. It's Echoes of New Eden.